right, so I'm going to show you how to mix all of this. We have all our ingredients in front of our bowl. We have our 3 cups of flour. This is our cup measure. I already measured that out. So we're going to add that to our bowl first. And then our baking powder.
Okay.
We need 1 teaspoon of that. Here are our spoon measures. We found our teaspoon measure.
Teaspoon.
Make sure you level it off. That's why it has this fancy little top here, so that you can scoop it and then use that straight edge to level off your teaspoon.
Okay.
We're going to do the same with our salt.
So that's a teaspoon of salt.
Teaspoon of salt. You can go ahead and mix this together a little bit so that your salt and your baking powder are well incorporated. And here we're going to do 1/3 of a cup of oil. Your parents might have what's called a liquid measuring cup where the sides are clear so that you can look and see where your 1/3 cup measure is. On here it's a little difficult, but I'm used to my measuring cup, so that doesn't really matter. You're going to add that, and here is what really helps make tortillas work is that you need hot water. Not boiling, just as hot as you can get it.
And 1 cup.
1 cup.
So up to the top there. There we go.
So mixing that together.
Yeah, she's got a wooden spoon.
If you have a stand mixer, you can do it in that with what's called a bread hook. Just ask your parents to help you.
Oh, that looks good.
And now here's the fun part. You're going to get your hands in there.
Yay. Oh, kind of mix that flour in, smush it up. Yeah. It's not too dry and it's not too wet. It's just right.
Don't add any extra liquid until you have it completely mixed. You may think that you need more liquid, but you don't. You really don't.
So about how many tortillas does this make?
This makes anywhere from 6 to 8, just depending on how big you make them.
Okay.
And the size is completely up to you. If you want to make them larger, like a store-bought size, or like the little mini ones, it's completely up to you.
Okay. Okay.
So now this looks done. You don't have to knead it very long like you would a regular ball of bread dough, but just till it's a nice smoothish ball. And then you're going to set it there and let it rest for about 15 minutes.
Perfect.
So our dough has rested for about 10 to 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be too long. Just give everything time to kind of soften up. We're going to start rolling. Now when you hold a knife, you obviously know this is sharp. So put the top of your hand flat against the top here and your other hand firmly on the handle. Even though we're not cutting anything difficult, it's always good just to be safe. So we're going to cut this into, I'd say 8 pieces. Just make a cross and then cross it again, just like you're cutting a pizza. Pretty easy. Okay, so we can set these aside and roll this out. It helps to take your pieces of dough and go ahead and make a ball out of them. That way the start of your circle shape is already there. Now before we started this, I went ahead and turned my pan on. It's on medium low, and I may have to turn it down a bit from there too so it doesn't burn. But I well oiled it. You can use a non-stick pan with a little bit of oil, but just as long as you have a flat frying pan. We're gonna start rolling out our dough. A little bit each way to kind of just keep as good of a circle as you can. It doesn't really matter what shape it is.
No.
So yeah, you don't have to be too picky about it, and you can use a little bit of flour if you need to. You want it pretty thin. We're gonna peel that off there.
Okay.
Go ahead and toss it in our pan.
That's what we want to hear. Sizzle, sizzle.
So this needs about a minute on either side, but you can go ahead and use a little spatula and check under it every little bit. You want it to be brown but not black because you may be cooking these again, so you don't want them to get too dark. All right, we're just about ready to turn. Yep, there you go.
Oops.
There we go.
Oh,
Look how
nice.
and brown that is.
It's beautiful.
And it will probably pop up bubbles, which is totally fine. This has taken almost less than a minute on the other side. That's because it's already started to cook through. So we go ahead and lift that off our pan and let it cool. Now these will last you probably about a week. If you'd like to store them for the rest of the week, which is kind of our goal this week, is we're going to make these the first day, and then we have a few recipes this week that we're going to use these tortillas or store-bought tortillas with a couple of our snacks or lunches. So once these have cooled, you can go ahead and put them in a large Ziploc bag and keep them in the fridge. They heat up really nicely. And when you're done, always make sure you turn your pan off. Go ahead and clean up. And
beef, just taco meat, and then we made one tortilla with a little bit of meat and cheese, and we cut up a little fresh lettuce on top of it. Boom!